Hello everyone, in this video I'm just gonna showcase my Hole in the Wall practice plugin. So I'm gonna go through everything this plugin does because it's not just a simple recreation of the Hypixel Hole in the Wall. It's a bit more advanced with a lot of options to customize the gameplay. So the first thing we can see is we have 4 NPCs. All of them are used to teleport you around the map to play the game on different locations. And then we also have like visual NPCs, like for example the Hall of Fame, that display the best player in the world or the most famous community members and what they done to the game actually, or the game history. And on the other side, we do have the tournament winners. It just shows the winners of each bracket we did inside the community. The next feature we do have on our list is the ranking system. So ranks are just visual, they don't really serve any purpose except saying this player does have a really good score or not really. And like as you can see, it's displayed in the tab and on my scoreboard on my right. So how do you get ranks? It's pretty simple. You just go on Hypixel and play the game. And when you log on the server, it's just gonna send a request to the Hypixel API and get your best score between your qualification and final score. For example, you made 180. If you did 180, you're gonna get this rank. If you made 200, this one, and so on. Okay, so let's start with something a bit more important to the game. The main 4 commands or game modes. The first one is Classic. Classic is basically starting a game with 5 pixel rules, 2-minute games, 1.5 second level delay, and so on. Play. This one gonna start a game that's never gonna end until you stop it. And you can actually customize your level delay and basically the wall animation at the same time, which is not possible in classic game. Then we have score game. Score game works like classic. You can't change level delay or anything. It's just the game is gonna end when you're gonna reach the specified score. And time is pretty explicit. It's the same as score, except the game is gonna end after a certain time. Alright, so now I'm just gonna show the different game area you can play on. So we have custom wall size, like long qualification is just qualification walls but really long. Then we have lobby walls. It's walls with the size of the previous game you can see in the waiting lobby on a Hypixel, so it's pretty fun to play. Then we have the common qualification walls, common final walls, and for people who actually don't like our custom maps, we also import the original Hypixel maps to play on it if people prefer. Everything is here, you can actually play finals, qualification, and yes, you can even play the lobby for people who have a dream of playing on this wall, it's possible. Okay, so I think it was enough talking, time for a bit of gameplay. So it's really simple, you just go inside any walls, that's it, and use one of the 4 commands I showed before, and the game is just gonna start, and that's basically it. It's just a pretty simple Hole in the Wall gameplay, nothing really too crazy. One thing we can see is after making a walls, you can see how much score you gained and how much time you spend building a walls. And if you do mistakes, like this for example, it's gonna show you the score you made, the misplaced blocks and the missing blocks. So misplaced blocks is a blocks which you're not supposed to place, and missing blocks is just all you forgot to fill. For example, if I do this, yeah, that's it. And one of the last cool features, if you don't really use anything else and just pure gameplay, is at the end of your game, there is a game summary system that just shows everything you made, what stage you played on, what score you made in how much time, the fastest walls you built, slowest, average time, and basically everything you need to know about your game. Okay, so now into more crazy stuff, and I'm not talking about what the community have made to this place. I'm talking about the configuration menu. So we do a menu with a lot of things. I'm gonna quickly go through everything. We have the all wall animation, right-sided walls, blind mode, break mode, auto leave, title, fly, songs, class color, wall colors, brushing lag, memory time, level delay, and your actual stats. These stats are your practice server stats, not the Hypixel stats. So the first thing we can use is the all wall animation. So first of all, if we start a game, the wall animation is not really a thing. It's just when you pull a wall, it's gonna stay here for half a second, then disappear, and that's not really an animation or whatsoever. But if we enable the walls animation, but mainly old walls animation, it's named like that because on the older version of Hole in the Wall on Hypixel, there was an actual wall animation. So if we start a game, we should see the differences between old and new wall animation, if we can say so. For example, if I do this, we can see the wall disappearing row by row, and that's basically what the old wall animation does. So the next feature inside the menu is the right-sided walls. So what's exactly right-sided walls? I'm just gonna explain by starting a game with left-sided walls. So left-sided walls means I can have holes on the far left, but not on the far right. It's not possible. And this is actually how the game works on Hypixel as well. So you can actually check if you have left-sided walls, you will always, not always, but you can have holes on the far left, but never on the far right. And what does this option do is just flip the wall generation to actually create right-sided walls. I just want to point out right-sided walls also exist on Hypixel. And as you can see, yeah, I have holes on the far right, but not on the far left. And yeah, you can practically ask any player, any real hole in the wall player, and everyone hates right-sided walls so much. So yeah, it's an option here because some people do prefer playing on right-sided walls, but it's really rare. Okay, so next one is a blind mode. What does blind mode do is really simple. Is you start a game and you will have a certain amount of time to memorize the wall, like this, and then you have to build it from memory. And that's basically it. It's just to practice your memorization in this game, and it's pretty useful for new players, but it's just some cool features in overall. Next one is break mode. So break mode is an idea from a friend inside this community, and it's just, we can say, reverse hole in the wall. So instead of placing blocks, you have to break blocks, so everything is filled, and you actually need to break everything to complete the wall. And it's way harder than it looks, but yeah, it's kind of fun to play actually. And that's just, yeah, reverse hole in the wall when you need to break blocks instead of placing them. Next is like utility features such as title, auto leave and fly. They are all accessible with commands. For example, fly, it actually disable or enable fly mode. Title and auto leave are a bit different. For example, auto leave, if I start a game and I don't have auto leave enabled, I can actually go anywhere in the world and the game is just never gonna end. But if you do have auto leave on and start a game, so whenever you're gonna leave your game area, it's gonna end the game for you automatically. So for example, if I do this, the game's just gonna end because I stepped out of the game area. And the last one is title. So title, when you start a game, you have a title in the middle of your screen saying the game is gonna start and the countdown. And the perfect title when you made a perfect wall, like this. And if you disable title with this or /title, both way works. Nothing is gonna show, like everything's gonna show us chat messages instead, and you will have nothing in the middle of the screen. Same if you do a perfect walls, but nothing is gonna appear in the middle of your screen. And finally, on the last row of the menu, we have like customization, user preferences. We can select a song, the finals and qualification songs, or just nothing. So if I put a song and start a game, I'm gonna hear the final themes instead of nothing like before. And you can actually change your glass color and wall color to whatever you want. So instead of having my black and purple wall like I had before, I should have what I just selected. Exactly. It's just changed nothing, it's just for visuals. And the last thing is the level delay only work inside endless game. So if I start an endless game and I set a level delay of 10 seconds, I will be able to flick the lever only once every 10 seconds. And it will also change the number of time. Yeah, I can't actually, because by default the lever is under cooldown. This is why you can skip a wall instantly in the original all in the wall game. and I'm just gonna stick here for 10 seconds, so it's a bit stupid. I should have done that. No! Okay, so that's basically it, and you can change it mid-game. If I set to nothing, I can actually spam the lava, it's just gonna work. So that's it for the lava delay. And the last two ones are memory time and brushing lag. So what memory times does is set the number of time you can watch the wall. If I set a memory time of, I don't know, like 2 seconds for example, and I start a game in blind mode, otherwise it's not gonna work, I should be able to watch the wall for 2 seconds before being able to do anything. And same, we can actually change mid-game. So for example, if I put a real short delay, yeah, I really have no seconds, no time to watch the wall. Yeah, that's it. And the last one is brush lag. So brush lag is used to simulate your Hypixel ping. It's how long the block are gonna take to be destroyed after you hit them. So if I put a brushing lag really stupid, maybe too stupid, or whatever, it's just gonna take ages to break blocks after I play them. So if I do this is how much I'm technically lagging, but it's not really a real lag, so it's fine. Yeah, that's it for the brushing lag. And the last cool things about this is you can combine them. If I want break mode and blind mode, for example, and start a game, I will actually have both modes enabled at once. So if I do this, it's still gonna work, except I don't remember the wall. But yeah, that's it. And it's really hard to play. So the next feature on my list is the party system. So it pretty much works like the Hypixel party system. You just party a player and they need to actually accept the invitation. And once they've done it, you can actually start a game. And everyone is gonna be able to play on your wall. And they will play with your actual game configuration, because only the party leader can start a game, and it will take the configuration of the party leader, except things such as the song you hear and the blocks you're using. This is why I'm not using the same block as my alt account right now. And yeah, like, it would have been easier if I have a friend to play, but you just play together on the same wall. And that's it. So one of the last features is the duel system, when you just type /duel and the player wants to duel. It's gonna open a menu when you can select which type of duel you want to play, and once you click on one of them, it's gonna send an invitation to the another player. And once it's gonna accept the invitation, the game is gonna start instantly. So I'm just, before accepting the invitation, explain just a bit how it works. If actually the person who duels the another one, like I am the one who sends the duel request right now, if I enable some of this option right here, the other player is gonna be forced to play them. The only exception is right-sided walls and the usual about everything. So yeah, once the other player is gonna accept his invitation, the game is just gonna start immediately after 10 seconds. And yeah, it's just a regular hole-in-the-wall game duel. That's basically it. I think I covered everything in this video. The only things I can't actually show in video is the API system, because it's just an API, so we use it to get this server scores on our Discord server. There are not really much to show, except maybe all the amazing community creations they made over time on this map. Anyways, that's it for me.